Right, hello everyone and welcome to the Cone Racing League. We are here for Tier 2 Round 2 and I'm joined today again by Jack.
Hello.
So we've had one technical mishap, hopefully that is the only one we are going to have. But for the moment, here we go. Quali has started out and it's a Haas first man out on track.
Legend.
Yeah, Legend. We'll hop on board with him. I'm hoping that I'm going to see the stream pop up soon, so we don't have another crash. If it would please. Alex Robinson. Okay, nice. We are live this time. Technology,
Cool.
mean to us once, nice to us the second time. So yeah, one round in so far, and top of the championship order so far is Scream in the Alfa Romeo, followed by Taupe, also in the Alfa Romeo. So, very strong from the Alfa Romeo boys, nearly a perfect score. Fastest lap didn't go to them, although it was unusually got by someone in P6, usually within CRL, not got by someone within the top 10. I'll let you take it away for a guided lap by Legend.
Alright, as we're going down the straight, go up to turn 1. It's quite a long straight. It has DRS. And now we're coming to turn 1, turn 2. Taking it through 5th gear, that's very interesting. Now we're coming through the very technical corners of the S's. Need to be absolutely precise through here. And Legend manages to do that nicely. Now we've got a car here getting out of the way nicely. Now sector 1's a 31.6 and now we're coming through Degna corners under the bridge. Now we're coming up to the hairpin. Get on the power nice and early. Not too early though, otherwise you'll be in a spin. Now we're coming up to Spoon Curve where we've seen Verstappen and Vettel here collide back in 2019, I think it was. 2018-ish. And now we're coming up to this long straight as well. No DRS though. Where we see Sector 2 split 111.7. Now Spoon. No, 130R even, sorry. And now we come up to the chicane. Very tricky corners here. Up to 4th he goes. Now across the line it's going to be a 28.4, not a bad banker lap from Legend.
Yeah, there we go, starting us off. That final chicane, very well known after the kind of Suzuka, an amazingly well known track. That Alonso Vettel side by side we had last year in the rain. So very good spectacle as Tango takes the top spot for the moment at 28.1. And there we go, it's the Dutchman straight up to the front at 27.6, half a second, more or less, to the rest of the field. Jacob down in 4th, 28.5, a little bit off. Dylan just missing out there, 36 thousandths off of Ids. But another 27.6, I guess pretty happy. As Nelu Safio's fastest to 27.3, and they just keep on getting faster. Next man, Tigriff, another 27.6, not able to move up the order. Victor, a man we haven't really seen yet, although he has invalidated this lap, so we'll hop on board with Steiny, still in this middle sector. Although I think, oh no, Steiny's on a slow lap, as Taupe goes 10th, fastest further down the order. Is anyone else on a lap at the moment? Do not believe so. DeWill next to the line, so we'll hop on board with him. Victor invalidated, unless he's already started going around again, and Steiny was on a slow one, just warming up the tyres. So here we go.
DeWill will be the next one to set a time, I think.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. Incident, I think it was tier 4 or 5, there was an incident in the first couple of corners of front wing. Lost there, so we'll see if the tier 2 boys can avoid the same fate. Looks to be a dry quali so far. I haven't seen any of drivers mention rain, but you never know. I don't think we have any of our usual kind of drivers who tell us the weather beforehand of the race in this grid. And of course rain always spices things up, increases the chance of safety cars, increases the chance of crashes, and it really puts more pressure on the drivers. Means those who didn't practice in the rain aren't going to do so well. I think Victor will be soon to the line, unless I'm mistaken by that dot on the map. We'll stick on board with DeWill coming through 130 yard towards the end, and no, Victor pulled off into the pit, so it will be DeWill next man to set a lap, followed by Demorts, who will hop on board after we see the man set a 1:28.3. Not bad, not great. A second off of the pole. He's going to want to try and improve it, but for the moment, not a bad banker. Lap around the middle of the pack.
Yeah, it's a good time from the wheel there, but I reckon some of these drivers will be getting in like lower 27s, maybe even high 26s.
Yeah, we just saw a middle sector from Demorts there. There's a mistake at the final chicane though. That's going to cost him a couple of tenths. Too early on the power, and there we go, 27.9. Not a bad lap by any means, but had more there to give. Okay, Pan, a man we haven't seen yet, looking pretty decent. 7th place for the Williams driver. 1:27.8. I don't believe either of us have seen him drive at all yet, so new to CRL from what we've seen. Oh, hang on a second, what's this? No, okay. Goes very deep into turn 1, nearly loses it. Which brings out a full caution into turn 1. I thought he was going to lose a tyre for a second. Avoids that in the end.
Who's Panda?
I said Pan, not Panda.
Oh, I thought you said Panda. I was like, not another one, not another Panda. We already have 2, that's enough.
Right, so again, to my knowledge, no one on a lap. Next man will be the Mercedes, and I think Jet, who goodness knows how many seasons ago was in a CRL title fight. I think somewhere around season 5. Now we're in season 9.
Yep, because he's coming out of turn 18 now to start his lap.
Yeah, now turn 1. Well, it's pretty much turn 1 and then the run down to the final chicane. The best overtaking opportunities here. If you fancy it, you can try into Spoon. If you get a good exit to Degner 2, you can try into that tight hairpin, although that one a bit more of a recipe for disaster. Not necessarily a good idea early on in the race when you wanted to play the long game.
Now comes up to the Degner curves. I'm very lucky not to invalidate there, Jet. He bunny hopped across the corner, basically, it looked like to me.
Well, I had it was clean enough.
I don't know, maybe different POVs, I don't know.
Yeah.
But now coming through Spoon curve, turn 13 and turn 14.
Ooh, early on the power, right out to the line actually. Maybe perfect. Thought he'd gone early, thought he was going to drift wide, and then the car just stuck. So a very strong lap so far. Another purple sector shown, and this man looking to go to the top, looking at the very least to go into the top 3 here. I think we might just about to see a new time on the top. He's driving with such precision here. Here we go to the line. It is a 26.9. There we go. 3 purple sectors, I believe. He said we might see a 26, and there we go. We have it. By I think one of the reserves today. We've got no. He's not a reserve. He is a full-time driver. I don't think he raced last. No, he did race last week. Just under. Didn't have his best race last week. Finished P10.
Still points. Can't
Still
complain
points.
with
Yeah.
that.
Jet very much going to be happy with that one. I'm trying to find the next man to the line. I think an improvement from Dylan. The man currently in P7. Fractional improvement, but it's enough for P4. So who will be the next man? Is that Tigriff? Tigriff into the pits. AJ Wuhan goes up to P11. as Tope brings it up to P3. We'll stick on board with Legend. He's got traffic, very bad traffic. Not going to be happy about that Alfa Romeo there. But here we go. How much can he improve? Nearly 2/10 there for him. We saw that traffic really holding up in the final chicane. We'll not be surprised. We saw the stewards investigating that one. And here we go. Strange up into P2 with 27.2. Just. Victor, next man, P11. Haven't seen much of him so far. Actually need to get on board with him at some point, see how he drives. Mercedes next to the line. No, that's jet into the pits. Okay, a Ferrari then. Is that Nolsey the man?
Yep, 28.4. That's in P17.
So not too bad. Steiny, I think. Oh no, was that Farrell? Farrell just crossed the lap. Steiny will be the next man though. Steiny improving up to P13 at 28 flat. Then the Ferrari of Hobbsy up to P6, 27.4 for him. Moving up the order. I think Nelu Safi next. No, pulling into the pits. He was green though by 2/10. Invalidated in the final sector. Dylan again, another man pulling into the pits. As is Tope. A lot of them pulling in, waiting for the final runs. Trying to work out who is...
Maybe on a lap.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyone else? Duell, I think, just improved there.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it's
up to fourth.
By 3 thousandths over Tope. Really close there.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Scream's only 2,000 heads of Hobbsy.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing. We just always see ridiculous lap times here. I think Waitsy setting his first lap now. What can the McLaren do? Up to P10 is 27.8. The front guys just seem so much further ahead of the rest of them here.
Yeah, and that's another 1,000th ahead of Pan.
Right, so here we go. Farrell, I think, will be in the 27s. If not, yeah, they're in 27.6. Just ahead of the Waitsy who we're just on board with. The next man will be Steiny, 28.0. No, he's on an in-lap. What about that Ferrari? Nolsey definitely on an in-lap. And I think Hobbsy will be, given we just saw him improve. Okay. Dean Mortz looks like he might be pushing a little bit, but it's 2/10 red. So it wouldn't make sense to finish here. May as well just kind of go fast into the pits here. I think similar for Pan, not using any ERS. Where is, I'm being blind, where's the other AlphaTauri? DeWill, it's the other one. Ah, it's up there. Who? No. I think at the moment a lull in the action completely. Nothing really going on, no one pushing. Unless Farrell's having another go here. I don't think that to be the case. And we'll follow Tope around then. One of the two Alfa Romeos did a very good job last week. Red Bull rings. I mean, just dominated by the Alfa Romeos, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically. But, yes, I mean, they were switching positions every lap. You had to wonder who would win, actually, between Tope and Scream. Because it was very, very close, I think, towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, it could have gone either way. It was just who'd be in the lead on the end of that last lap. And Scream played it better. Tope having to settle for P2, but P2 is nothing to scoff at with a grid like this.
Yeah, very fast drives, guys in here.
And it's the other Alfa Romeo leaving the pits next. So Tope and Scream going to be some of the first. In fact, they will be the first to start their late runs. Excuse me, trying to yawn. Who else have we got? Hobbsy and Victor, the next drivers out on track, and then a huge group there. I think that's McLaren, Alpine, Haas, Red Bull. So here we go. Tope now starting his lap. For the moment, pretty killer track, but I think he's going to catch that group of 4 cars. We can see ahead. Hopefully, it won't cause him any issues. He's got time here for, I think, only 2 laps. Possibly a third, although we won't really have the tyres or the speed to do so. There
I
we go.
think so.
Ah, he's bolted,
Got
doesn't
a
he?
bit held up there. I got a bit distracted from the Red Bull there.
Yeah, well, he was lifting on corners. It shouldn't be 2 seconds right. We'll hop on board then with his teammate Scream. There's Indigo in the chat. And hey, Glowstick, hey, John, I hope you're both doing well. Certainly am. Glad to be back in the commentary box.
Yeah, I'm doing alright, Jamie. Thanks for asking.
So, yeah, he's going to be commentating Tier 1 in about 10 minutes.
Yep.
But for the moment, stick with us. Watch the chaotic race start that is surely soon to come. As here we go, Scream now to the line to start his lap. So he's only got time for this 1 lap. He's not given himself enough time for 2. Only 1 second 20 on the clock at the line. Which has the advantage there will not be any cars on outlaps ahead of him unless they sorely miscalculated. That Ferrari, is that Nolsey in the middle sector, the last of the guys on the outlap. Hopefully he isn't fluffed up here. Gonna have to have a decently quick outlap in order to make it to the line. There we go, 7/100ths faster. That puts him up into... Actually, no, that leave him where he is. At least 5 more time. That put him on a 27.40. Needs preferably a 10th or 2 total. Jet's lap, I mean 3 purple sectors. The man seems unstoppable so far. Definitely my favourite for the win from what we've seen so far.
I hope you haven't cursed him there.
Okay, Scream using a little bit of the grass.
Yep.
Right, so he's 10th up. And that puts him into P4 if he can keep it a 10th up. If you can find, what's that, 1400ths, that'll be him ahead of Nelu Safu as well. What can he do in the end? It's up to P2, a very nice last sector, a 27.2 for him.
Yeah,
next
very,
man, so Hobbsy I don't think will improve here. No, doesn't. Bad earlier sectors. Victor, next man to the line, up to P4, 27.3, not bad for him. D-Morts then, up into P6. AJ Wuhan, he's got nearly half a second on him, up to P12, very nice from him. Okay, Taupe, throws it across the line, not happy with his lap, not able to improve, as we just had DeWill going flying past, and then Dylan slotting into 10th and 11th between the two of them. Next man to line is going to be Strange, who goes fastest. Strange on pole, trying to find a car to hop on board with. Here is everything is happening. The House of Tigriff going into the pits as Ids goes another man into the 29s, into 3rd, Farrell into P14, then Legend are on board with, up into P17. All the action going on. Next we've got the 2 Mercedes. First Tango goes into P16. Now Jack, can he reclaim provisional pole? No, he can't. He does not improve. As Pan, the Greekman we haven't yet seen before, up into P4, and all of a sudden the timing board at the front closes up so much. And no improvement from Steiny. I don't believe any improvement from Nolsey here. Both just going to peel off into the pits. Hang on, no, Nelu Safu, is he going to improve? No.
No, I don't think he's on the lap either.
So there we go. 3 drivers into the 126.9s. And 2 of them only 9,000ths apart there.
Very close quality here in Japan. We thought it was close in... Well, it was close in Austria, but...
So it was ridiculous in
close
Austria.
here as well.
Yeah, top 17 within 9/10ths of each other, you can see here. And heck, top 3 within a 10th. So some ridiculously close times. Those top 4 standing out that bit more. And impressively, they're not the big names from last time. Last time out, it was Scream, Dope, and Legend who were on the podium. Who currently, where are they sitting?
I think 6th, 9th, and 7th,
yeah,
or
5th,
18th.
5th, 9th, and 18th.
Yeah.
But yeah, so always nice to see different names. Looking to be a very competitive championship, almost track dependent who's going to be up front. But here we go, running through the order. On pole position we have got Strange, man who kind of came out of nowhere, and then Jet alongside him. It looked like it's going to be his for a long time, but didn't improve on his last lap in the end. Then Ids and Pan second row. Scream, last week's winner, alongside Victor, first time we're seeing him. Nalu, Safu, D Morts, and then Tobin Hobbsy finishing out the top 10. Dylan, DeWill, Tigriff, AJ Wuhan down to 14th, and Farrell, Waitsy, Tango last man and then a second. Legend last week's P3, Steiny and Nolsey to finish out the order. Right, Tango saying in the chat, felt ill during quali, so definitely 3-4 more tenths. Hopefully can improve in the race. Well, Tango was 8.5 tenths off of the pole time, so 3 or 4 more tenths, not enough for the win, but certainly enough to bring him well into the points. We'll see how he can do. Driver has been here for a long time, always nice seeing how he can do. Finished P4 last week, so well, it's already showed what he's capable of with this grid.
I hope he gets a bit better during the race, Tango. But I don't know who to bet on to win this race.
Yeah, well, initially I thought I'd be
very close.
I thought easily Jet. He's just shown a phenomenal lap. The track he's using is amazing, and then he wasn't even on pole. So any of the top 3 boys, really good bets for who could win. I don't know who I'd put my money on. Honestly, probably Jet. I've seen what he can do out fun. I know he knows how to play smart, fight for a championship, fight for wins. Seen less of the other two, so even if they might be faster at times, my money would be on him across the course of the race distance.
Hold on, my phone's messing about here again. Oh, there we go. It's fine.
Yeah. Drivers picking setup strategies. As here we go. Actually, we're about to start. So 5 lights. And lights out and away we go. CRL no longer using formation laps, giving us a run for our money. You can see there, Strange on the outside. Jet actually been swallowed up from behind. Already down to P4 is that. It's almost going 3 wide, and Jet just been shuffled down the order. Although going to try and fight the Greekman on the outside and does get himself back up into P3. You can see further back, as of yet, no contacts that we can see. Mostly medium tyres, a couple on soft. There's no, actually, Farrell has got involved. Farrell and DeWill have got involved in an instant further back down the order. Both hard runners. As Jet, 5 seconds for corner cutting. We're gaining the place by corner cutting. I wonder if that's something he can get removed by the stewards, though I don't know if he'd end up serving that in the pit lane or not. Hopefully that won't affect his race if an undeserved penalty.
Wait, he's in the wall.
Oh, and there's a spin further down as well. One of the Alfa Romeos. Scream has been tapped on the rear. So wait, seeing the wall further down, as you mentioned. Didn't see that, but certainly see the lack of front wing on his car, joining the other few drivers limping around behind. I think they have less damage. So the front 4 drivers, I mean the guys who are in the fastest 4, pulling away from the rest of them a little bit. Not sure if we are going to see any moves too much on this lap, although having said that, D-Mort's going for a look on Victor. He's got the soft tyres, he needs to push early. Not making it happen in the end, and actually compromising his exit quite a bit. Can Hobbsy take advantage of that? Seems not the case. Some drivers wiggling on the straights there. Is that a Mercedes going for a move further down? Tango in a Haas sandwich. Tango on Tigriff, and I think he's made that work very nicely there. Oh no! Contact! Luckily keeps it pointed forward, but loses some time. His tyres going to pick up a bit of dirt from that one. And drops back a little bit there. Now you can see still really struggling there. Someone going for a move on the outside. Oh my goodness.
It takes the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. I think he went round the outside there. That was mental.
I think the fight I was watching has come to a conclusion. As Waitsy and DeWill have pit further down the order.
We'll see Tango and AJ Wuhan here having a battle.
Yeah, Tango using the grass again. Where are they? There they are, appearing from under that bridge. I think Tango just dropping down the order here, really struggling to work his car. He is up 3 positions where he started, but yeah, just plummeting down the order. Very strange.
It doesn't have any damage by, like, any visible damage by the looks of it. So I don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah, unusual.
But yeah, Pan, new name, I think, in the grid. Same with Victor. Both of them getting pretty good starts, making... I think they both made 1 position each. Yes.
Tango pulling into the pits now. He did say he was ill, so hopefully not so ill. He's decided that he just can't honestly race. A possibility. We will see. He's pitted onto the hard tyres. Okay, so maybe just deciding play the long game. That hasn't worked. Can try and come back later.
He pit for wing damage there. It didn't look like he had any, but maybe it was just a small amount of damage. But yes, it's in the lead from 3rd. He's had a very good start so far.
Yeah. I could be very, very happy with how he's done. Jet maybe not so much, started in 2nd and was looking good for the front at one point.
As Legend has made them soft tyres work nicely. Up to P12 from P18. Trying to claw his way further in the points.
Yeah, and actually his teammate just...
P3 finish in Austria last race.
Right, so I think DRS is now going to be enabled to keep an eye on if anyone going to use it to their benefit, although, to be honest, the entire top 12 all within DRS range of the car ahead, so for the moment... Oh, a mistake, huge mistake by Pan. Actually, I say huge, no, just a mistake, but enough that Jet can get through, catches the car very nicely, although you do not want to lose your confidence in the car going into these Suzuka S's. It's going to massively affect you. Although very nicely recovered after that mistake. Hats off for minimalising the error.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what he did there. I didn't manage to catch it, but yeah.
Which excessive. Went too wide, caught the curb on the outside, and that green stuff not good for the car.
Oh yeah, you do not want to touch that stuff at all. It can really make you spin if you're unlucky. But now we see DeWill down the inside of Waitsy.
Yeah, through
the
the
having
first
a little battle of their own.
Yeah, may as well enjoy the race even if you're not fighting for points. Some drivers will come here to try and win, others just to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Here we go, this train of cars flying through 130R.
Famously seeing, I think Alonso made a move on Michael Schumacher there.
Yes, around the outside, cut him off.
Year.
Oh, Steiny!
Oh no, Steiny!
What has that happened? Exit of the last chicane we're going to see from his safety car. I do wonder where he caught his car there. You can see his front wing.
He's hit the pit wall.
I think you're right.
Massive orange pit wall. Oh no.
You can see his front wing kind of just half in the pits, half in the pit wall.
Obviously, if you hit that, it resets your car back on the track, which is kind of stupid, but unlucky from Steiny there.
Oh, and Hobbs has left the session. That's not ideal. He was the host, so I doubt he has an invite, actually. Can you give Hobbs an invite to make sure he can get back in?
Yes, I can do.
Perfect. As here we go. On top 12, still going to be sitting behind, kind of in a train. I think Jet has to serve his penalty now if he wants to be smart about it. So even if he's not really in good position tactically to pit, I believe he can serve his 5-second one in the pits, and if he doesn't do that, then
I think that worked.
yeah, although I think you said that to everyone also racing, which isn't necessarily ideal.
I could, for some reason, I couldn't send it to him, so.
Yeah, nah, don't worry about it. It works either way, you can definitely get back in, and it's under safety car, so... Not the end of the world. No, hang on, what's this?
And what's happened to
Jacob and Scream?
Huh?
They've been disqualified. DNF for Jacob. His car's just pulled over to the side. What on earth has happened there?
I honestly have no idea, but Jet's in the pits. Trying to, I think he's getting rid of his penalty.
Yeah, well, he's got to, doesn't he? Now there's been a safety
lobby
car.
restart. I think there's a lobby restart happening.
Let's have a look, see if anything's been said. It seems unlikely.
Jacob put in the chat in one of the... I think he said lobby restart.
Lobby restart, host disconnected. Yeah, there is. There's Victor smashing into the safety car. So what you're seeing here with other chaos I haven't been looking at, there is going to be a lobby restart. As Hobbsy disconnected, not entirely sure what caused Hobbsy to disconnect, but any drivers listening, that invite you just got from Jacob, accept that. And, well, I guess I'm going to have to do the same, aren't I?
Yeah.
For the moment, it seems most drivers have got the message. Oh, hang on, what's happened here?
Oh.
What on earth has my thing just done? Strange. Somehow it seems to have unretired most people. Right, okay, I'm going to leave now before it keeps trying to migrate the host.
Yes.
I think anyone who hasn't picked up on it yet is just going to look at the Discord and realise what's happening. But yeah, with the host disconnected, it can cause lobby issues. So...
Oh yeah, hold on. I'll get the grid screenshot, don't worry.
Yep, perfect, thank you.
Let me have a look.
So, right, if I rejoin into the other lobby. Oh, hang on, what's happened there?
As my phone is deciding to be stupid.
Right, okay, and I'm now into the new lobby. 14 drivers in here so far. Hopefully we can get them all in. There's only one left in the original lobby with me when I finally left.
Oh, hold on.
So this is the first for me. Have we done restarts in serial before?
Yeah,
Honestly,
I
probably
think
at
so.
some point. But right, so I'm trying to look. I think they are restarting from the quali order. 20 of those who suffered griefs where anything went wrong. Little bit of luck for them. Many of those who had a tremendous start. Hope you enjoyed the practice. Gonna need it for the second one. But for the moment, waiting for more drivers to join. We're up to 15 so far.
Oh, Jacob.
Steiny jokingly suggested, can we do reverse grid? A reminder, he's the man who qualified P19. Right, so currently grid order going to be set up. Still waiting on a few more drivers to join. It's a shame this has to happen now. To what, 16 drivers entered in the lobby? Does that include D-Morts? I'm not sure if it does. It will now. Right, so what do we need? We need an Alpine, a Haas, an Aston Martin, and a Willie. Oh, and 2 Williams. So clearly some people are starting to join the team. Yeah. Well, we've all seen that Lando Norris with his engineer discussing tyres. Which track is it? I think it's one of the tracks in Asia. So I honestly don't know for certain yet if we are restarting with the starting grid or if we're going to be using what happened at the point of Hobbs' disconnect. I haven't seen that yet confirmed. I'm sure the procedures will be in place. The decision is already made well before this race. There's only now waiting on a couple more drivers. Although to be fair, if they're not here by now, they probably haven't got the message. Is that? Right. And nothing going on down in the admin section in terms of decisions, so not 100% sure what is happening just yet. Bear with us while everything's getting sorted. The race will be soon underway, or re-underway. Right, so there we go. One more driver just joined. I think just Farrell to go. But given Farrell's typing in the chat and all other 19 drivers are here, I think it's safe to assume we will have a full grid of 20 racing. Right, okay, so Farrell is now into the lobby, so we do have a full 20 drivers. Again, that is good news. Should hopefully be starting very, very soon. Now, all the drivers are here.
Definitely wasn't just talking to myself.
Oh, you were muted. Good evening,
Yeah.
Nathan there.
Hello, Nathan.
We've had a lovely, wonderful lobby restart due to a host leave, so currently going through the process. All the drivers are in. I think Jacob is setting up the grid order. I haven't seen yet if it's based on qualifying or on the order at the point of host disconnect. something in pitboard. What does it say? So I believe it's going to be based on quali order, with the slight difference.
I
De
think
Will
so.
is being moved from P12 down to P20 due to just a little bit of internet worries with how laggy he is. Volunteered himself to go further down to avoid causing problems for other drivers.
That's fair.
Now I wonder if they are going to custom set the rain to be, custom set the weather to be dry, or if they're going to let it be random again. I can't see what they're going to set to. Is it saying settings, or is it not going to tell me there? Right, let's have a look. Lobby options. Not in that bit. Weather and time of day, here we go. It has been set to dry, so clearly it was going to be dry before, and it will be a dry race again. For once, the commentators are ready on that bit. So we will have a dry race. Should hopefully, yep, there we go, they've been given the ready up. Perfect.
Got the show back on the road.
Yeah. And quite literally, because it's a race, and not just a circus going around.
Yeah. As for me, Jacob has still not picked this car.
Yeah, I agree. What car's he meant to be in? The
Alpine.
Alpine.
I mean, it should auto pick him to Alpine anyway.
Yeah. Giving it a poke. Ah, there we go, he's in Alpine. Yeah, I think he forgot, but he should be fine now. So here we go, back underway very shortly. Drivers will once again pick their strategies, pick their setups. They're leaving an idea on what strategies some of their rivals are using after having seen, so we'll see if anyone chooses to mix it up. I think we had 4 softs, 2 or 3 hard runners, and mostly mediums.
Yeah, I think it was mostly mediums because I think the optimal strategy was medium to soft, I think.
Alright, it's here we go. Well, I say here we go. Looking at the track. Seeing that long drone along the wire. Seeing the marshals in their high-vis jackets. That. What's that thing called in the background? The
Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel. There we go. I blanked. The Ferris wheel. Ah, just managed to lose my mouse. Let's not do that. Ah, here we go. So 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights are up. And away we go. Let's see if we can have another good start for Strange. It seems we can jet this time. A better start than last time. Not losing positions immediately, although chopping and changing further down the order. Possibly drivers more aggressive now after that little bit of practice. Before contact there, I see a front wing, I think, from a McLaren and D-Morts. Also, well, what else is going on further back? Is that a little bit of side-by-side going on? No, it doesn't seem to be the case. They're certainly chopping and changing further down the order. D-Mort's going to be struggling. My goodness, what is this? Driver that seems buffered up a little bit. Looking quite wide there, going through the 2 Degners. And hang on, that is a very, very wide Red Bull there, coming back on to the track.
Yep, that was Dylan not having the best of starts. Going down to P20 from P11. Very unlucky for the Red Bull driver, as yes, D-Morts does have left front end plate damage.
A mistake by Ids and an unsafe rejoin But Pan getting past in the end. Scream right on the back. This could get very interesting, possibly even 3 wide down this long back straight. Okay, so Victor losing out. Sorry, not Victor. He's losing out here. Pan coming out on top. Scream in the middle. A little bit of a wobble there. Weaker exit. Good news for Scream. Bad news for Ids. Is Victor now right onto his tail, and this time actually Strange changed onto the soft. He got more drivers on soft than before, possibly due to seeing how few drivers started on soft the first time around. But interesting to see.
Tigriff, Demorts and Dylan in the pits now. Dylan going on the softs, the rest going on to the hards. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
We see Strange still leading this Grand Prix.
But importantly, that gap between second and third, 1.5 seconds. They can stay away from everyone else who's grouped together. That is very important for them. So this slow chicane. A very good place for dive bombers, but you've got to be careful how you go about doing it. I think Taupe might be about to go for a move on Nelly Safu. No, not in the end. Actually, yeah, hard to follow in that dirty air, nearly going wide, losing a bit of ground, a bit of time through the corner, and oh my goodness, saves it in the end. A little wobble on the exit of the corner. We'll have more a couple of cars ahead with Victor, who is closing in a little bit. And what is that yellow for? What is that yellow for?
Dylan going deep, I think. He just seen a Red Bull just go off randomly. So Dylan's struggling with it looks like the Degner curves, which is very interesting.
Yeah, made a mistake before. Here we go into turn 1. Victor on the inside, and oh my goodness. A little bit of argy-bargy here in the end. Victor, is he backing out? Yeah, he is backing out. Possibly not by his choice, but he has had to back out in the end. No damage to either car, so I can't imagine the stewards are getting involved with that one. Here we've got Tango just behind Farrell, but Farrell on the softs. You'd expect him to move forward, and actually Tango catching him in the middle of the corner, which is good news for Farrell, because it means he doesn't get the run on him coming out of the corner into Degner 1, which, while a very brave overtaking opportunity, is still an overtaking opportunity as more drivers now pulling into the pits. And Hobbsy just up the road going for a massive lunge on Taupe. We said he could dive bomb there, he's made it happen. A little bit of contact, but Taupe now with the inside line on this sweeping corner before you get down to Spoon. And yeah, Hobbsy slotting in behind, Taupe going a little bit deep. I mean, Taupe's got the soft tyres, lap through, they are going to be the better tyre here. And remains in P8 for the moment.
My brain is, I don't know what's happening with it, it's just, I can't catch up with this race. There's action happening everywhere, man. But
yeah, well, I think they've split off into more different groups. They're not one big DRS train, there are a few smaller ones. There's so many more drivers without DRS, more overtaking going on, and more drivers in softs as well to help mix things up. It's actually up ahead. I don't want to miss Tango for an absolute send on Farrell, and makes that work beautifully. Getting up into P10 there. On the mediums, actually. So Farrell's struggling on the softs, not too fast on those tyres. Maybe trying to save them a bit, but Tango seems to have more pace than the Aston Martin driver for the moment.
yeah, I think I don't want to put it out there because it would be absolutely sad if it did happen. Oh, and Jacob with the sand.
Yeah.
Going out of Degner, and he's got it done.
Foul going
move,
deep.
and here comes.
And now, hang on, what's
Legend.
this behind?
Oh.
Legend and Waitsy. Legend getting knocked off a little bit. Actually now behind Steiny and Nolsey are side by side. Though Steiny with the inside line here. Actually, just be careful not to lose out to the wheel behind.
I don't know why I want to say this, but I feel like Dylan's forgot to pit on the setup. I feel like that's why he's struggling with Degner in particular, because he might have forgot to pit on the setup or something.
Certainly possible, as now the front two have got a gap of nearly 2 seconds from the rest of the field. Wait, see, unable to do anything on Farrell. What can DRS do to help, though? It looks like an awful lot. Legend pitting behind must have taken contact from that collision as Waitsy goes flying past now at how behind Steiny. No, not remotely close actually. I think he was close to the driver behind that then went into the pits.
Yep, I think he might have got a bit of damage.
Zagon, Pan's gone wide. Just caught that in the background there. Scream getting past, Id's getting past. Was having a look at the leaders again, decided it'd been a while since we checked in, saw Pan going off wide into the grass at the end of sector 1 there. Yeah, I mean, just too early on the power. Easy enough to do, but also easy enough to avoid if you're not taking too much of a risk. Giving those front two even more of an advantage over the rest as Tigriff set in fastest from down in P19. A small moment there for Ids. Can Pan take advantage? Of course, there is only one DRS range, so one DRS zone here.
Farrell and Nosy side by side going up to 130R.
DeWill just
could
on
get
the
involved.
tail as well.
DeWill down the inside. Farrell still there. I thought he got forced off the track there, down the inside through Casio Triangle, but DeWill's coming back here. Farrell got the power early and he's back up, and it's made a move on Scream there.
Caught the tail end of that Id Scream move. But plenty of overtakes happening all over the shop. And DeWill actually right on the tail of Farrell. Farrell really struggling. Possibly another driver is not going to set up. Because it just seems to be understeering so much, those soft tyres doing nothing for him. And the driver is normally remarkably fast.
Yeah. But DeWill's connection issues seem to be stabilised for now. And Farrell has lost back end.
Well, you can cover off the inside, so DeWill not able to go for anything in the end. I think if there's nothing further up the order in terms of overtakes, you might see another one here. DeWill using his overtake. And here we go, got the inside line here for Spoon. And I think he'll just have the downforce on him. It's Farrell there just drifting wide, not able to hold it on the outside. But I think we might be about to see a lead change, so we're going to hop off from that fight. No, Jet closing down, but not enough to go for the move. How is ERS looking for the front two? Absolutely, completely identical. But here we go, Jet flying past Strange, and that is the first lead change we have seen in a little while.
Yep, Jet back up to P... Oh no, never mind. I thought he started on pole, but I forgot that Strange stole it. But
yeah.
Yep, Jet up to the lead. And nothing really else happening. It's a bit of a null. I think that's it. Is that the word?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just the case of the first sector, you can't really pass, you just have to stick as close to your opponents as you can. Stay right on the tail, hopefully the dirty air doesn't affect you too much, and close them down before you get to the overtaking bits. And actually, Jacob here showing a perfect example of that as Tango gets through up in, as he gets through Tango up into P10 there.
Yep, Jacob having a good race so far on them. Are they hard tyres? Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Hard tyres. So the hard tyres working well compared to the mediums, it seems. That's strange. Getting right up to the tail of Jet again. Could this happen? Could he reenact what happened to him a lap ago?
I think he might. He's got a lot more exit speed there. The DRS is going to kick in, just burn that little bit of overtake. And yeah, I mean, these two, to be fair, it doesn't cost them any extra time to do this. They just pull away from their everyone else. So beneficial as Pan there going a little bit deep. Actually, good save there. Pan, remarkable pace, just seems to almost struggle with consistency. I don't know if newer to league racing, kind of, it's the debut pressure or what, but I'm seeing on-track mistakes you wouldn't necessarily expect from a driver of that pace.
Yeah, maybe he's better with the 1 lap pace and not.
There's again
the
there
race
another
stuff.
mistake, and actually Victor
And then
right on the
Victor.
tail. Don't quite think it's going to happen. There's no point going to the outside here. You want to set yourself up for spoon, set yourself up for that back straight, but going for a move around the outside of this right-hander is not going to work unless you have a remarkable amount of overspeed. You've got slipstream from the car ahead.
It is quite a quiet race.
Quite not.
I mean,
not
there's
masses
been a
of
bit of
battles,
action, but
but on this track, quite hard to find battles at times. So, actually, this battle off the P3 extends all the way down to Hobbsy and P9. See there, the front two ahead, not swapping positions this time around. Scream getting quite close to the back of it. Not going to do anything in the end, I think. I don't know. The Williams driver does seem to be struggling quite a bit, but at the same time, still holding on to that P5, so it's not like flying down the order. It's just a few mistakes here and there. Hopefully, it won't spiral on too much. It's always nice to have a good debut in a league you haven't raced in before. As further down the order, what's this? D-Morts or Legend? If I can get my cursor there, I've gone the wrong way.
yeah, Legend getting past D-Morts there on the straight, using the zeros to effect that move. Legend is up to P17 now, exactly where he started.
Yeah, but much less CRS from Legend. D-Mort's done a much better job of saving it there. 74% compared to about 17% on Legend.
I'm noticing this with both Haas cars, they've both got under 20% each. Which is very unusual. As
Hang on, what's this down for P12? Steiny and Waitsy going on here, and I think Steiny almost going wide there. Waitsy holding on to the P12. I didn't catch the full thing of that, but Steiny into the pits. Wonder if this is a scheduled pit stop or if damage was involved. We'll stay on board with him, see if he does get a new front wing here. I see tyres, I see medium tyres, and I see a front wing. Is front wing going to be added, or is that... Nope, that's just chilling off to the side of the pit box. So no damage, just our first driver on the soft choosing to pull off into the pits.
That will be a 2-stop, I reckon, for Steiny.
Yeah,
or maybe not.
If he's a 9 on the soft, there's 18 left on the mediums.
No, the hards could probably make it to the end from here, actually.
Yeah, if it's hards, I've just been blind. But if it is the hards, then he will be absolutely... Well, it should be absolutely fine. That's obviously not pushing too hard. Pun not intended.
Oh, and it's out of the Grand Prix! Go on the green stuff, I said not to touch that.
Yeah.
And that has caused the safety car. Very unfortunate for Mids there. Was in P3 basically for most of this race. And
right, well I think all the soft runners have to pit now, right? Surely.
Yeah,
in fact, I think everyone's going to be coming into the pits. Let's see here. Yeah. Top 7, top 8. Is Jacob going to pit? He's the man on hards. He has still gone into the pits.
That's unlucky from both Steiny and Ids. Obviously Ids because he is out, and Steiny just because he just pitted.
Yeah. Essentially losing a pit stop to everyone else ahead of him. That is a shame for Ids. Missed that one. But yeah, it is just get on that green stuff, put the power down, and it'll spin you off into the wall. We saw drivers getting right up to the edge of it before, especially with Jet on his quali lap. Now, finally, widened the driver that bit too much. And Steiny, where has he come out on track? P14 in the end.
It's very unlucky.
It's Aston Martin's safety car, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, at least now Dylan will be able to catch up to the pack.
Yeah,
And everyone else.
That is good for the drivers further down the order, able to catch up. Even if they do have an extra pit stop. I suspect if we do see, yeah, T. Griffiths pit, especially if Dylan pits, it will not be until the end of lap 13. Start of lap 14, the safety car gets pulled back into the pits. So Dylan not pitting, remaining on his 8-lap old hards, which is an interesting choice because even he could have gone to a fresh set of hard tyres.
Wait, who didn't go on the first set?
Dylan didn't pit under a safety car, and he was down. Essentially, he gained one position by not pitting, and instead of, I think that's a strategic mistake. Could have had fresh tyres.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, if the hards are still okay, then what's the point in pitting?
Yeah.
But,
I guess still intending one more stop later after this. Anyone on hards is aiming to go to the end. Anyone on mediums, they might try and go to the end. DeWill on the softs is not going to try and go to the end. I mean, he might try, but I can't imagine we'll find massive success with that.
It will be very close for the medium runners. If they try and stretch it out to the end. They might risk a puncture, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. And Waitsy's coming in again. And he's going on to the mediums, that looks like.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's because he was on them before, so he wanted to essentially do medium. Yeah, I think it's because they just want mediums to the end here. So maybe drivers confident mediums will go to the end, getting their mandatory tyre change in, all under safety car. Actually, I've just looked at the Tier 2 chat. No words from Ids on what caused this crash, just saying, lovely.
Yeah, I think he just got... Because that curb, it can also catch you out. And the green stuff as well makes it an extra guarantee for spinning, basically.
Yeah. So, how close is Dylan to catching up? Has now pit this time round. Maybe the safety car will come in this lap. As long as he can catch up with the train quick enough, it's usually going to catch up.
He's now on the back of T. Griff, so should be coming in at the end of this lap.
Hopefully then 15 more laps of green to follow this one.
No, that's very unlucky for Mids.
Yeah, strong race. Excuse me. Finished P9 last time, so he's looking to move himself up the driver order.
I think the most annoying thing for him though was if we didn't have the restart, he would have been P1.
Yeah, we are that as well. He was saying surely he should be starting on pole, but zero procedure means that that's not the case. And actually, there we go, safety car in this lap. So I'll hop on board with Jet in P2. Quickly, I forgot to mention this earlier, the reserves are Demorts in P16, Legend in P15, and Pan up in P4. Legend actually finished P3 last time, so did a good job for a reserve. Demorts we've seen before in CRL, and Pan new, but on a good debut is Jet, nearly into the back of Strange there, I think. No, not going just yet. There we go, he's gone. Always out of a little early on the power there, and who's had a good getaway here? It seems Pan down in P4 might be immediately going for a move on the outside of Scream. You can see further down, drivers jostling, a little bit of tyre warming there from an Aston Martin. In the end, not going for an overtake. Don't think any other move's going to happen further down for the moment. Drivers just going to get into a groove. As said that though, Nelu Safu off onto the grass, nearly catching Jacob AJ Wuhan as he comes back onto the track. On the hard tyres, I guess, not really up to temperature. Going to cool down under the safety car, can throw you off a little bit, but made it work in the end. What is this? Steiny on the back of Knowlesy. Possibly going to go for a move into Deg. No, would have been very brave if he did. So commend the patience. Probably the right move. A bit of support in the chat. Well, I assume that's support from McLaren. Though currently P16 and 17, a long way to go. Although the days of actual Formula 1 McLaren looking a lot better than they were at the start of the year.
Yeah,
Norris with his podium. Even as a
Norris
Ferrari.
Back-to-back podiums.
Yeah. As I am a Ferrari fan, but I'm very much glad to see Norris and McLaren doing better than they were. Is De Will on his fresh softs? Can he do anything yet, or is he going to have to wait for the DRS to come a bit more into play here?
Also, I think De Will might have made a strategic error.
I don't think it's an error. I think
Softs.
it's not going to take him to the end, but he's got to try something different. Because at the moment he wasn't really due for massive points. He needs to
He
try
might
something a
be
bit wild.
expecting another safety car, to be fair to him. But yeah, gap between Pan and Scream still very close. Only 4 tenths between them now, going for S's. Just
Yep.
maintaining the gap. And speaking about gaps, Jacob is also close, and Tope, he's gone onto the grass. Jacob getting through easily there, and
Oh,
Nelly
and Nelly
Saffir
Saffir
now.
as well around the outside of Degner 1, of course on a slower car, but still impressive nonetheless. Now actually that mistake by Tope breaks the DRS train that was to be. At the moment it was due to be the entire field in one massive DRS train, which is not particularly ideal as Tope getting back past Nelly Saffir himself. Was a little bit of risk of tango. Don't think it's going to happen in the end.
Yeah, Nelu there just getting too much on the curb there, I think, and having a half moment, but
Yeah, Nelly there,
lucky
nearly getting on
to
the
keep
green
P9
stuff.
there. Gaps. And now Victor is caught up to the back of Pan as well now.
There we go. DRS enabled this lap, but of course won't kick in until next lap, just because of the single DRS zone where it is now. And what's this for P3? No, not going to happen in the end. I saw that gap closing on the timing screen. Nothing in the end. Anything anywhere else? Does not seem to be the case. But at the moment, Pan just does seem to be quicker than Scream. And his Scream's not within that 1 second margin of Jet. Then that leaves the Alfa Romeo very vulnerable.
Right, hold on, I need to do something quickly.
Okay. So, further down the order, Steiny's very close to the back of Knowlesy. Tricky to go for anything during this sector of the track. But you have to keep it as close as you can. So, can Pan get a good exit here? Actually, turning in a little early, it's going to compromise the exit speed. And it certainly has a little bit. Scream though is not going to have the DRS onto the main straight. Let's see here for third what is going to happen. Jet and Strange have got a nice gap there themselves. Can Scream get within that 1 second? A late break may have been enough. It was enough. Scream possibly saved himself.
Apologies, I am back.
Back nice, just missed Scream. Narrowly getting himself into the DRS as De Will goes for a move on Tango into turn 1 on those softs and gets through. DRS immediately coming into play for him on that softer rubber.
See, Pan still maintaining that gap to Scream.
Yeah,
But
if Scream...
I think I heard you saying that Scream was almost out of range of Jet there.
Yeah, at one point was, but I think just deliberately chose to brake a little later into the final chicane to get back in. Now, oh, hang on, mistake by Pan. Again, another one we've seen. Catches the inside and drops down the order quite a bit. Where is that going to spit the Williams driver out P9 for the moment? But DeWill, the overspeed, he's going to smell blood in the water. Is he going to go for the move or not? Pan, I suspect he's going to make another small mistake. He go a little deep, given the tyre state, but no, doesn't in the end. Let's see, DeWill on the hunt. What can he do? Is Nelly Zafu going to help Pan, or is he going to think, I'm the full-time driver here, my points matter more for the championship, and actually choose to fend off his teammate? So,
I don't know, but let's have a look. Any changes gonna happen?
down in P15 actually, Dean Mortz on Farrell. Sorry, Legend on Farrell. Legend was on the inside, actually just completely backed out of it, not using any ERS. Very interesting. Surprised he didn't go for that given it had the inside line, but guess once you cut off, you cut off. Isn't much you can do to try and get it back.
Pan, another moment there for Pan. He might just be cracking under the pressure a little bit, but just another little moment there. Let's see, Victor. And nice screams out of the 1 second gap again.
Oh, hang on, sorry
Jet.
to interrupt you. Down in P, what's this, 16. Farrell battling the two McLarens through the hairpin. Wait, see, right on the tail, going for a move around the outside, and actually it might be late enough that you can go for a lunge at the inside of the spoon, but no, backs out of it. In the end, compromises the entry a little bit, not too badly, on the mediums against the hard tyres. There's a big mistake by Farrell there, allows Waitsy to really have the overspeed here. Tuck into the slipstream of his teammate. Well, actually his teammate himself is looking ahead to go for a move on Legend here. Not sure if that one is going to happen. We will have to see. I suspect they were going to hop on board with Victor going up into P3 across the start finish line. Scream dropping down to P4. And yeah, just doesn't have the protection of DRS from P3. Now Jets pulling away this battle here. Nelu Safu getting past Taupe. This Pan sits just behind now, and a Williams sandwich for that Alfa Romeo.
Yep, and D Mort's also just got past Legend there, up to P14. And Hobbsy.
That's a mistake by Scream. Scream much slower. Jacob also getting past. I think it must be another case of going wide. Not spinning the car, but you have to lift if you go wide there. Have to not push too hard if you don't want to completely ruin your race, and just accept a couple positions lost. Nearly 2/3 into the race now.
Yeah, we haven't talked much of Jacob, but he's up 8 positions.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of gradually moving up the order. Let's have a look here. Up 8 to Will up 10 positions, although he started further down
as well
than he was due to at the restart. Right, so it's Steiny on Knowlesy down the back straight, inside of 130R. Knowlesy just left enough room. There's no way he can hold it in the braking zone here. Steiny braking way too late. Actually cutting that final chicane. I hear you'll be disqualified and lose the championship for doing that, as it actually nearly taken out D-Mortz. But in the end, rejoin safe enough to not take out anyone, losing positions in the end.
If I was D Mort's there, I'd still report him. That was still a little bit unsafe.
Yeah.
From the Aston Martin there. But yep. DeWill after Victor penalty. First one of the race actually.
Yeah, I'd assume that's cutting Degner 1.
Yeah. But after DeWill electing to start last, he's now up to P10. Very good race from the AlphaTauri driver so far. Yeah,
so with Scream, Taupe and Pan a little bit further down the grid, you kind of got a group of cars who have been really fast, who just, excuse me, kind of made a few mistakes. which was going to make them very tricky for DeWill to get past. Plus the DRS train not making that any better. P4 all the way down to P16 at the moment, that DRS train. Unless Nelu Safu loses DRS on screen.
Ooh,
I think he
see
has.
a lead change here.
Alright, right, best stop on board then.
Oh, he's not using the DRS jet though, but he's still going to go for it. Down the inside, lovely.
Very nice. Strange actually on the curb a bit much there. Is DeWill choosing to pit, I would guess, for another set of softs. There's just 8 laps to go.
Like
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, hang on, this battle down for P16 looks good. 3 drivers within about half a second going through the S's here. Very impressive, they're all so close together. Given like a downforce you're going to find behind another car at that part of the circuit.
It's strange getting close to Jet here. Up to Spoon to curve. Obviously not close enough to make a move.
So no ERS being burnt by either driver just yet. That gap coming down. Don't think it'll be enough. In fact, hang on, Strange lifting a little bit so as to not go for the move too early. He wants to go for it on the main straight, I would guess.
Plus Strange has the ERS advantage if he wanted to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go, flying across the start-finish line, and here we go. Strange back up into the lead. These two swapping positions again further down for P4. Jacob up into P4. Looking very good for CRL AJ Wuhan, and Alpine in general, actually. It's further down. Oh, what is this? Where's he gone? Off to the... Oh, on the inside. There he is. That is another full safety car. That is such a shame for DeWill. One more lap. Now the question here is, who pits for softs?
DeWill there almost crashed into the back of the safety car. That was really close.
Nello, yeah, immediately leaving the session. Not a surprise there. Sitting in P7 beforehand.
I don't know who pits and who doesn't. I reckon maybe someone outside the points who's willing to maybe risk it.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the guys further down. I can't expect anyone outside the top 10 to almost certainly pit for softs. Because there's so few points at stake. You know, 1 point for P12, 2 points for P11. You may as well take the risk of going off the softs. The question is, will the front guys take the same risk? Or will they hope? Because if Strange doesn't pit and everyone else behind him does pit, then he's completely done for. But if he does pit and no one else behind him does, so Strange is pitting, I think everyone else will follow suit here. It is kind of a little bit of a follow the leader. If they do it, you have to do it, which is a shame for Jacob, because now there's the Alpine double stack. We're going to see the effects that went in P4, and look at this, extra time being lost, nothing he can do about that. Speeding in the pit lane for Legend. So how far down the order is Jacob going to tumble here?
This has changed into a much different race.
Yeah, hang on, because the top 4 haven't pit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think Jacob has dropped down 3 positions from where he was because of the double stack. So there's the top 4 who chose not to pit.
No, but it was P4.
Yeah, but Tango, Steiny, Waitsin, Farrell not pitting. So just because of the double stack, he lost 3 positions, lost a further 4 due to the some of the drivers just choosing to try and stick it out, seeing what they can do with it.
I mean, based on technically faster tire, Waitsy should have the advantage, but because they are younger, but still.
Yeah, but I mean,
difficult to tell.
And it's tyres that are that old. Sometimes the hards are going to be the stronger one.
Trying to. Honestly, at that point, it looked like everyone was going to pit, to be honest. But top four are Tango, Steiny, Waitsy, and Farrell just deciding to stay out. Just basically see what happens. But safety car not coming in this lap. It should come in next lap actually.
Yeah, almost certainly, which will leave. I'll leave us 4 laps of racing if that's going to happen. And the more laps of racing there is, the better that is for the guys out front.
Yeah, but them softs are going to be rapid when they're properly warmed up. It's going to be very difficult to tell who wins and who sticks on the podium. But Legend coming into the pits, I reckon that's to get rid of his penalty. No, wait, who? He did have a penalty, didn't he? Or did he already serve it?
Yeah, Legend picked up that 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
Alright, he's just serving it now then.
And also getting fresh set tyres while he's at it.
Yeah.
So I'd highly suspect the safety car in this lap. Everyone close enough to do so, apart from, of course, Legend at the back, but he will have caught up. It's in his favour to catch up as quick as he can. He does not want to hold it back. The more laps there is, the more chance he is of trying to move up the order. Unless he also wants to push for fastest lap, but catching up a similar point to, I think it was Dylan did last time, when there was a safety car in this lap given out. So I think we'll have 4 laps of racing on our hands. And honestly, I could not call the winner at this point.
Yeah, neither. It's very difficult to tell.
I think I do want to hop on board with Strange to see how he's going to try and work through cars ahead of him. But DRS is only going to be there for... Well, it's basically not going to be there at all. Because they're going to have the 3 laps. It'll be enabled on lap 3. It doesn't come into effect until lap 4. Oh, they'll have, okay, they'll have 1 lap. There we go. Safety car on this lap. They'll have 1 lap DRS to work with. It's backing up the field a little bit.
I don't even think they'll have 1 lap of it to be used.
The straight on lap 27 they will.
No, I think it gets enabled on lap 27.
It'll be enabled on lap 26, which will be the 3rd lap, and then it'll be... But here we go, restart, and already Strange so much faster. Almost rear-ending. Deanwort's picking up 3 seconds of time penalties on the chicane before he even gets to the line. And Strange wants this immediately. He wants to get past Farrell. Farrell trying to defend. Strange is just going to try and swing up the inside. Here we go, what can he do? Contact!
Oh!
Strange! Losing the car a little bit. Jet now on the outside. Jet going to try and fight him. Of course, whoever gets ahead here is the one who can fight forward through this field, fighting for the win. Jet in the end winning out here. Strange not giving up, but they don't want to fight too hard between themselves. They want to be able to work together to try and get through the rest of the field here. Now, is Strange going to make more mistakes? Can Victor get on his back? Victor himself is a penalty, but it doesn't mean he can't be a massive inconvenience here to Strange. In the end, no. Settling behind a case. So here we go. As expected, Jet going for a move on the outside of Farrell. If he can hold it around the outside, he's got the inside for the long sweeping right-hander. There's actually Farrell, almost a mistake. What on earth did Strange do? I completely missed that, but the man back up into P4 side by side with Jet going into Spoon. Some amazing fights, some amazing moves going on here between these two. There is Red Bull and the Mercedes putting on an absolute spectacle there. Missed what happened, but remarkable move there by Strange.
What happened was, of course, Jet trying to go around the outside. As we see Victor down the inside of run for a very nice move from him. Deanwort's up to P12. But yeah, what happened was Jet was on the outside of Farrell, and then Strange seen a gap down the inside and decided to just send it.
Yeah, now.
Nosey, a mistake down in P18. I think he's going to pit to retire. Which is very unfortunate for the first, unless he's going to go for fastest lap.
T-Griff got fastest lap and then got done for corner cutting. Oh, hang on, what's Jet done? Huge mistake. Gone off. Didn't even see what caused that, but Jet off. Luckily not losing a tyre, but I mean, he essentially lost any hope of points.
I reckon what happened there was, it was Strange and Jet fighting for that P1 essentially. But
well, you say that. They've got 2.5 laps to make it work. He needs to get Waitsy this time. And then, I don't know. I don't think Strange is going to get this. I think Tango might pull off an absolute masterpiece here. It's going to be close, but over these Tango is going to get a podium. Because Victor's got a penalty. One of a few drivers now is Farrell also picking up 3 seconds down in, where is he? Don't know. Actually, Victor falling down to P7. Hobbsy also alongside Jacob, and Jacob back up into P5. Very nice to see after his double stack problems.
Strange going in the inside. Casio triangle.
And there we go. And is ahead for Strange in the end. DRS enabled, it will kick in for the straight on next lap, and next lap only the last lap.
Yeah, they're...
As D-Mort's looking for a move on Pan, not able to get that one in the end. Okay, let's hop on board then with Jacob, looking for a move on Waitsy. If he can get 2 more, oh my goodness, not a place you want to go for a move. Here it's so tricky as DeWill retiring in the pit lane there down in P17. Promoting Nolsey up another place, and here we go. Jacob going for a move on the inside of Degner 1, and you know what, they've gone side by side. They've made it work, no contact between the two, some very respectful driving. And in the end, Waitsy having to surrender, and Hobbsy thinking, you know what, you made a gap, I'll follow through. Thank you very much, although hasn't completed that just yet, but he's got the inside on this right-hander now.
And Strange has gotten past Steiny. Just reeling in that gap to Tango. This is going to be so close.
Yeah, Waitsy a very good job at defending off Hobbsy, but we're going to hop on board with Strange. This is the man who's going to have DRS. This is the man who's got 55% of his DRS to burn on this next straight. And this is going to be the move for the lead. What can he do? What's it going to do to Tango? I think without doubt he's going to get this. I wasn't sure before. But he's got so much overspeed as Hobbsy getting Waitsy down in P5. Here we go, ERS, DRS. There is nothing that Mercedes can do. Just simply outclassed by the Red Bull on tyres, on speed. And there we go, Strange back up into the lead. The pit, the right choice for him. Let's see further down what's going on down here. Bit of side-by-side action going on. McLaren between the Williams and the Alpine. And that is a caution. I have no idea what it's for. Possibly for Dylan?
Jet and Dylan making contact, I think, in turn 1.
And that's another yellow. I don't actually see anything that's worthy of a yellow. So here we go, the 2 Alfa Romeos very close. Last time they were fighting for the win, this time fighting for overtake for P3, last place on the podium. Jacob being shown at the outside, and Hobbsy now inviting himself to the party. And that is nearly a 3 wide. Jacob with the inside, Steiny forced to the outside, Hobbs in the end backing out, deciding, yeah, I'm not going to 3 wide here. But I think Jacob has got himself back onto the podium. AJ Wuhan, what a way to finish it off. Let's have a look further down. Can Hobbsy also get past Steiny? You know what, can Steiny get past Jacob? Surely not. There's going to be contact between the two. Can Hobbsy? Hobbsy ran the outside of Steiny. And yeah, blocking him off in the end. Oh my goodness, nearly losing a tyre. But in the end, hang on, someone's got a massive penalty near the front. Who was that? Jacob up to P2. One of the
Tango.
Was it Tango? Yeah, Tango all the way down to P16, what on earth did Tango do?
Why is Tango... What?
Hang on, I gotta watch this.
Why is Tango being demoted to P16?
So looking back at the stream, that is a glitch. So I think the order Strange, Tango, Jacob, or AJ Wuhan.
And Pangri... What happened to Pangri? Why is he out? I think the lobby's glitched.
Okay, so my brain, right, gone. Strange has apologised to Jet, which implies to me Strange is going to lose. Almost certainly, like, gonna lose his position by the stewards, which would mean it would be Tango, then Jacob,
then
who was
Hopsy.
Yeah, Hobbsy, because he pinched that Aston Martin. I can't remember which one it was at the end. Steiny.
But yeah, weird. So if Strange does get a penalty and Tango should get P2 because of the lobby being glitched, then that means he should win it. Tango should win it anyway.
Yeah, so here we go, looking at the order. So Strange coming out on top with the fastest lap, then Jacob, Hobbsy and Steiny P4. Now expecting Strange to get a post-race penalty, we're also expecting Tango to be moved up. Then Waitsy, Screamed, Hope, Legend, D-Morts, Victor, Foul, Jet, Dylan, well Jet picking up the last point, Dylan, T-Griff, Nolsey, Pan, Tango, yeah, it's showing him a lap down. Then to Will, Nelu, Safu. Right, so if you, Jack, if you can invite Strange, Tango and Jacob to the party.
Okay. Strange, Tango,
And Jacob.
Tango. Tango's name's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, T_A_N, yeah.
Tango, AJ Wuhan and Strange.
Yeah, so be interesting to hear Strange's perspective. Assuming he does join for the interview, on what happened between him and Jet.
I think I spell it right. Strange.
Did you spell Strange with 2 A's?
Yes, I couldn't add some people because of their settings.
Right, and I'll quickly try and do that then. Well, here we go. The man who crossed the line in P3 got put up to P2 and then is probably going to be P2 anyway because of potential Strange penalties. Jacob has joined us. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Are you going to quickly try and invite Tango and
Don't worry,
Strange
I've
as
got,
well?
Stranger, so I'll see if I can get Tango for you.
I've got Strange and now I've got Tango, I think. Oh, he's pure enough line.
Okay, well.
Now I need to go all the way to the bottom.
There we go. the man who... Hello, hello. Well, congratulations on your win, Strange. Got yourself fastest lap as well. Though I do have to start by asking, is Jet going to report you for whatever you did to him? What happened there? We didn't catch that one.
I think he's more than fine as he should be. Yeah, it was kind of stupid for me. I mean, there were some slower drivers ahead of him, and he a little unexpected for me slowed down pretty much, and I just went in the back and then crashed out. Yeah, that's also why I'm just frustrated now, because regardless of whether he's reporting it or not, yeah, it's kind of a waste. Of course for him, not like the whole race, the whole, you know, he could have been fighting for the win probably, and now it's awful.
Yeah, because you guys had a remarkable battle. We caught quite a lot of that one going on, and in the end, actually, that send up the inside you did into that hairpin, didn't even catch that because you're so busy looking at Jet on the outside. I think that was on Hobbs he did that overtake, but some very nice moves going on there. So Tango has now joined us. Hello, Tango. So, assuming that Jet reports Strange, you are probably going to win this race. Yeah. Remind me where you were before you pitted. Yeah. Nah, I mean, worked perfectly for you, and in the end, at the very least, that is a podium. So, congratulations on that. Where did you finish last week? Just checking now. 4th. Actually, yeah. So, strong back-to-back results. Quite possibly going to lead the championship exit in this. Yeah, and then we go on to the man in P3, AJ Wuhan or Jacob.
Hello.
An unexpected podium. You kind of gradually worked your way up through the order, got caught out through that last double stack, but still ended up on the podium in the end.
Yeah, it was a good race. I agree, definitely unexpected. Yeah, I think I just got lucky with the safety car at the start, and I got lucky with, well, I'd say lucky, but I'd say the timing was a bit unfortunate, especially how close I was to my teammate in the second safety car. But I think I felt like I had the pace to stick with it, and I stuck with my guts, and I'm glad I did. So yeah, had some good battles as well with the likes of Hobbsy, and yeah, congrats to the winner as well, whoever it'll be.
Tango or Strange, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, very, very good race. Of course, quite tricky to overtake in certain parts of the track. I saw a very good one on the inside of Degna 1 by you, Jacob, actually, near the end.
There were a couple unorthodox places to overtake throughout my race. I think I'll be sending a couple into the channel. So I was pretty happy with how they turned out, because I think there was a double overtake going around the hairpin or something, or I think it was somewhere around sort of the Dunlop curve. But yeah, it was good few overtakes. I'm glad you know, they got a lot of respect from the other drivers, which is appreciated.
Yeah, so I guess question to all three of you. Next week we've got Australia coming up, Melbourne, Albert Park, call it what you will, slightly different layout, of course. What do you think of the track? Going to have a similar success next week, or a bit of a weaker one?
Not at all. No chance for me. This is a one-off. Don't expect to see me again. That's my input. Nah, you'll be alright, mate. You'll be fine.
Right, Tango, give us some hope.
We'll try our best not to do that again for you.
Yeah, well, unless there's any interesting moments you guys want to let me know about, I think I'm gonna end the interview here. Let you guys go celebrate your podium. I think Strange, you actually
Thank
had
you.
enough. How much of a lead did you? Well, man, I'm gonna look at the timing gaps again. I think even if I'll get it up because you might still squeeze yourself in for a podium. Yeah, even if you get 5 seconds, you're still ahead of Jacob actually. So it's just
Yeah,
you
I
you
saw just after I saw like you said, oh, like I might get a 10 because of the incident. I was like, hang on a minute, let's see, and it was like 5.087 or something. So
yeah.
gutted.
So as long as you get a moderate Strange, not a major, you're still in P2.
I'll slip a fiver to the stewards to get 10 seconds. Oh, no, I hope you guys enjoyed it too.
Oh yeah, no, good race to put on, good qualifying. Shame for the lobby restart, but of course, can't have it perfect
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm going to
Very
end
good
stream
race.
here, so thank you guys for watching. From me and Jack, see you next week at Albert Park. See the drivers again at a more tyre and front wing loss prone track. And we will see you next week.